I don't think people understand the true power of detachment. What if true peace comes not from holding on, but from detachment? Let them, just let them. Let them, just let them, doesn't mean you don't care. It means giving people the freedom to make their own choices and discovering who truly values you. Think about it. When someone close to you starts to pull away or doesn't seem as committed as you hoped, it really hurts, right? Often we feel the need to hold on tight, even if it costs us our peace of mind. But what if we tried a different approach? What if, instead of clinging to those connections, we just let them and we detach from them? We'll see how adopting this mindset can lead to greater self-respect, healthier relationships, and a deep sense of inner peace. Through real-life stories, wisdom from different traditions, and practical tips, we'll explore why these techniques can be one of the most loving things you can do for yourself. The art of letting go, a new perspective. When someone we care about puts their own needs or the needs of others before us, it's easy to feel hurt. We often think that if we just try harder or show them more love, they will come back and see our worth. People who genuinely value you will make an effort to keep you in their lives. Those who don't might just drain your energy. Letting others choose their own paths without holding on too tightly helps you regain your peace. Letting go means giving yourself permission to stop clinging to people who aren't making the same effort. It's a powerful way of saying, I'm enough just the way I am. The best friend who drifted away. Think about a best friend named Sarah. She used to call you weekly, share everything about her life, and include you in her plans. But over time, her calls became less frequent, and she stopped inviting you out. You might feel like you're trying to hold on to someone who's already moving away. Here's the lesson: let them go. Instead of chasing after her, or trying to force your way into her life, trust that her choices say a lot about the relationship. By letting Sarah drift away, you give her the space to make her own choices, and in doing so, you also give yourself freedom. Freedom to meet new people who truly appreciate you and to stop feeling like you're not enough. It can be painful, but it's an important step toward respecting yourself. In many teachings, attachment to others is seen as a source of suffering. Letting go of the need to control what others do helps us find inner peace and avoid unnecessary pain. When we stop having expectations, we open ourselves up to genuine, meaningful connections. Understanding self-worth, how others' actions reflect on us. When we let other people make their own choices, their behavior can influence how we see ourselves. Sometimes, we get so caught up in trying to please others or earn their acceptance that we forget how valuable we truly are. Real self-worth means not changing who we are just to fit into someone else's life or sacrificing our happiness to make others feel comfortable. Family relationships can make it tough to set limits. Imagine you have an uncle, let's call him Uncle Mike, who always has something negative to say about your life choices. Whether it's your job, personal life, or even your hobbies, he constantly criticizes you. For years you've tried to brush it off or explain your decisions, but every conversation leaves you feeling down and unappreciated. Instead of seeking his approval or trying to prove your worth, what if you focused on letting him have his opinions without letting them affect you? By accepting that he might never change, you can shift the focus back to yourself. You set a boundary that says, I won't let someone else's negativity define who I am. The next time he starts criticizing you, instead of getting into an argument, you could say something like, I appreciate your concern, Uncle Mike, but I'm happy with my choices. If that feels too hard, you can simply walk away from the conversation. By consistently maintaining this boundary, you're showing that you value yourself too much to let his harsh words hurt you. What we can learn here. People often project their own insecurities onto us. By setting boundaries, you are reminding yourself, I don't need anyone's approval to feel good about myself. Self-worth comes from believing in your own value, no matter what others think or say. Number 3, The importance of setting boundaries, protecting your emotional space. Setting boundaries is an essential part of taking care of yourself. Boundaries help us avoid feeling drained and allow us to focus on relationships that bring us joy. They're not about pushing people away, they're about knowing what we will and won't put up with. Think of boundaries like a fence around a garden. Inside the fence, you have your peace, happiness, and energy that you nurture. Outside the fence are people and situations that can disrupt that inner harmony. Imagine you work alongside a colleague named Dan. Whenever he feels overwhelmed, he tends to pass his tasks on to you. At first, you think it's harmless to help him. After all, you want to be a good team player. But soon, this becomes a regular thing. Every time there's a deadline, he expects you to cover for him, and it's starting to wear you out. Setting boundaries in this situation means deciding that your well-being is more important than his convenience. The next time Dan asks for help, you can kindly say, "I'd love to help, but I can't take on any more work right now." It might feel awkward at first, but you'll soon realize how freeing it is to prioritize your own responsibilities. Boundaries clearly tell others that your time and energy matter. It's a way of saying, "I care about myself, and I'd like you to care about me too." When we establish clear boundaries, we create relationships founded on mutual respect. Number 4, letting go of unhealthy relationships. Sometimes the best way to show self-respect is to let go of relationships that no longer enrich our lives. We often hear that we should fight for our relationships, but there are times when walking away is the healthiest choice. Think about a past relationship where your partner constantly questioned your choices or tried to control you. Initially, you might have believed that making sacrifices would strengthen your bond. However, over time it became clear that their behavior was about control, not love or respect. In such situations, letting go means reclaiming your independence. By walking away from a controlling relationship, you're conveying, "I deserve to be in a partnership where I'm appreciated and treated with respect." Although it may hurt to leave, it paves the way for healthier, more fulfilling relationships. In many belief systems, attachment can cause suffering. Holding on to someone who treats you poorly only leads to more pain. By letting go, you make room for a relationship that matches your values. Letting go can feel like a loss, but it can also be a powerful opportunity for growth. When we understand how to allow others to be themselves, we can find true freedom, peace, and self-respect. By giving others the space to make their own choices, we can see who truly values us. Remember, your self-worth isn't determined by how others treat you. Embracing the ability to let them go opens you up to genuine connections that respect your boundaries and uplift your spirit. When you stop trying to control everything, you can experience a new level of peace and find relationships that bring real joy and meaning to your life. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this message resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe for more insights on finding peace, strength, and wisdom in everyday life. Remember, letting go isn't a sign of weakness, it's a testament to your strength. Embrace the freedom of letting them and discover how powerful it is to choose yourself.